because we are here at Ngoni Stadium, but the other games, very attractive fixtures, 7 matches right around the country. There's one at Mandava featuring FC Platinum.
FC Platinum, as you saw affair, their coach was in the media for the past weeks or so. So I think for it to evaporate from the nation, he just needs to start picking points. But the big one for me is the one in Mumhari.
Yeah, okay. Where Mavira take on the Gem Boys.
Yes, because if Kwekwe needed a banana peel for Mwos, then Mavira will just indicate overtake in the upfront.
Yeah, because most of the teams, some of the teams we saw the other day, Herentals dominating Mavira, Scotland, but in the end they lost 1-0. Then we saw Dynamos dominating Mavira, and in the end they lost 1-0. Just last week we watched Simba Bora dominating over Mavira, and in the end they lost 2-0. So Manica Diamonds will know that if you want to win, if you dominate them, you have to score. That's what they have to do, Coach Bex.
Yes, definitely, Manica. They need to make sure that they utilize their chances as much as they can. But I think we need to give credit to Mavira. They've been playing under a lot of pressure where everyone wants to see them cracking, and they end up collecting 3 points, and that on its own shows they have done very well. And when we've watched them since the beginning of the season, there is a lot of improvement to Mavira as a team. I'm not surprised that they are now almost neck to neck with the leaders.
Right, okay. I did promise you that we would hear what the coaches had to say before this. So we talked to the head coaches of the two teams, Mwos, Lloyd Samaita Mutasa, and the Gold Boys, Kwekwe United, Benoni Mhlangeni. This is what they had to say.
Firstly, I think our last 2 games we drew here, so we lost 4 points, and we're saying we need to do well at home if we want to be up there. And then we look back last season, we played against newcomers Zambezi, we lost there. We played against newcomers Scotland, we lost newcomers Agama, we lost, and then we're talking more about it, that us and Kwekwe, we are newcomers to this league, and we have to treat them the same as we treat teams like Islanders and Dynamos Caps United. So if we give a good shift, in Premier League there are no easy fixtures, and if we have got our mind and work to a standstill, I'm sure we'll be able to come up with a result.
We're going to come here to fight, to give a fight. By giving a fight, we are looking for a win. Though it might be hard, but actually we have to impose ourselves. We have to respond. This is sports. Actually for fun, they come here to enjoy both sides, both ends. Being visitors, also the fans for Mwos, they want to see our capabilities. Especially our fans also, we have to produce what it makes for them to have such a long journey.
join the two guys in the commentary box. Let's join Vafa Valentine Mabuku sitting alongside Joseph Nkani. We'll be talking to you at halftime.
Thank you very much, Charles, CNN, Mabika, and the analysts. It's a very, very good afternoon, and welcome to Matchday 12 of the Castle Lager Premier Soccer League. We are live at Ngoni Stadium in Norton, where the table-toppers Mwos, the Panthers, are set to take on struggling Kwekwe United. Una boys. The atmosphere is electric, and the stakes definitely are very high. Indeed, for the two constructing fortunes for these two sides. And indeed, we get ready to experience the thrill of Zimbabwean football. The battle lines are drawn. The stage surely is set right here at Ngoni Stadium, where heroes are met. Mwos the Panthers with confidence high, seeking to extend their lead and touch the sky. While Kwekwe United, Una boys with spirit bold, determined to upset and tell the untold stories that can unfold today. Indeed, they say the ball will bounce, the whistle will blow. Only one can win, and the drama will definitely grow, and it's what we are going to be giving you. The crowd is a buzz, and of course I'm a man who never walks alone. My name is Valentine Mabugu, alongside Joe Nkani. Joe, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Val. Indeed, you never walk alone. We are here in Norton at Ngoni Stadium on Party Cloud Skies, where we are seeing two teams that are bracketing the other 16 teams on the log table. Mwos are first top on the log, and Kwekwe United are battling, and they are 18th on the log table. And one thing that we may want to note is that Kwekwe are not happy travelers. They don't have an away goal to boot at the moment. So we wait to see if they are going to break that jinx and find an away goal. But so far, Kwekwe United will hope to get an away goal on the road. So we wait to see how it's going to happen, and Mwos are poised to win this one.
Mwos are poised to win. That is the question as we look at the two lineups there. Francis Tizai in goals for that is Mwos, Innocent Zambezi, Tapatso Nyabunze, as well as Clive Kagari will be at the back there, the back three. Kongware and Mshikambizi will be the two holding midfielders, while Makambira Mutsuka and Machina will be making sure the attack gets that is the scores up front, with Billy Veremo up front for the Panthers. Well, for Una Kwekwe, they'll be lining up as well. Ellison Nechuare in goals, Andile Tarubinga, Robert Muchara, Bright Kativu being a part of the defense together with Mzenda. Mutimbanyoga Msukuta and Mambare will be operating in the middle of the park, while Christian Makekera as well as Farai Mutatu will be at the strike post as Mwos gets us underway through the whistle of Brighton Chimene, the man in the middle this afternoon. And of course, quite a very indifferent game for both sides, but with different fortunes they're chasing. Mwos will look to maintain the 1 point lead at the apex of the log in case their chasers don't draw points this match day week.
Oh yes, indeed. Currently, Mwos are on first position with 26 points, and of course they are neck and neck with Scotland, who would hope and watch this game closely, hoping that Mwos will falter. But Mwos at the moment are on the roll. They don't seem like they are faltering. They don't seem like they are going to donate any point.
Indeed, just in case you're wondering, Mwos are in blue. They're in attack, Veremu, but that one was blocked. That is Billy Veremu getting the first opportunity and chance to shoot at goal at Alton and Nechuare there, but a good marking, tight defending coming through. That is from the visitors who are in yellow. So from the screens, it is of course Mwos attacking from left to right, and of course the visitors Una Kwekwe United from right to left. These are two sides that are making their debut seasons in the local Premier Soccer League, but with different fortunes.
Oh yes, they've never met before. This is the first time they are meeting in the local league, and we hope there's going to be a shocker, because Kwekwe are troubled at the moment. But what we might want to talk about is how consistent Mwos have been. They've been scoring goals, but they haven't been scoring that many goals. At the moment, their rate is 1 goal per game. Mwos will never give you more than 3 games, but they are consistent. They win by 1 goal to 0. They've only scored twice when they've scored more than one goal. But they are consistent, solid at the back, and all they do is being efficient, get the points, and go home.
Indeed, and of course, two sides that are looking for their 3 sets of points here, as the Mwos look to really get their crowd going right here. Ngoni on the far side, clipped forward to the wrong man to be defended, and picked up by Andile Taruvinga. They're tussling and fighting for it with the Tafadzo Nyabunza, the captain, for the Panthers. And of course, Kwekwe United with great experience on their bench, but they used to be starters, but looks like since the era of Solcha Minuka, who has moved on to Dynamos, looks like those are old guards or experienced players are sitting it out. Dennis Taud of North, Alan Guards, who used to captain the side, and of course Timothy January also sitting it out today.
Yeah, that speaks of a coach who has come in and trying to have his own fingerprint on the team and introducing his own philosophy. But we want to see whether those few changes that he has made are going to yield results. But you know, there's always that new coach bounce in a team.
Crosses split forward. That one should be a goal kick. The near side assistant concurs and acknowledges the referee, Brighton Jimene. Looking to see the Panthers as they come. They enjoy good support here in Norton.
Yeah, it's a sizable crowd, but I was expecting a bigger crowd than this, because Norton is the home team, and actually the community in Norton have actually bought into the Norton into the Mwos project. They always come in numbers to support their team. They always sing, dance, and chant. But we are seeing pockets of seats that are still available. So if you can still make your way to Ngoni Stadium, there is room for you.
Panthers get the chances. They cross the center line here. A chance for them to go in and attack. But a poor pass there from Marvin Mzuka. And much to the disappointment of Lloyd Samaita Ntasa. And I'm sure you have to guess 1 or 2 words facing the bench, not the player.
Yeah, well, he was asking them if they've seen that. Wasted ball. You would have expected more, of course.
If it were music, Andy Brown used to do it a lot. You'll press the other side, and you will holler a whole lot of mouthful.
I hear he would have none of that when you're on stage.
But football coaches do that at times to say, do you believe what I'm seeing? Is it really happening? Throw in on the far side. On the Western contract. Here comes now Kwekwe United in all yellow. Just to go forward here. Good interchange of play. Coming through. Oh, they couldn't keep it on the chest for Rai Matatu. Couldn't get hold of that, but he gets the second bite of the Chari Matatu. Now, a shot outside from Mbare. Where's the chance, an opportunity to really strike against the run of play and draw first blood. Kwekwe, get the first sniff.
Yeah, I think we must also be prepared for that element of surprise. Where Mwos are looking good, but Kwekwe United, of course, they're on the rebound. They want to get something out of it. So Kwekwe might come in with a surprise. As we saw there, Mbare letting go of a shot. Of course, Mbare, you know, is a seasoned campaigner. They haven't played for the former Glamour Boys Dynamos, and he has been in the game for some time. We look at the interchange of passes there. He went in for the first time. Kela, we did not come right.
He had time.
Yeah, he had time, yes,
to just control, beat one marker or pick a spot. And, you know, sometimes players want to do the complicated stuff instead of the basic, simple stuff. Look up, look at your surroundings. If you're a midfielder, if you're at the edge of the box, if you're first look, if expecting the ball to come your way, most likely, and check your surroundings and pick a spot.
Yes, indeed. And when you're in that area, you actually have an advantage because you are in an area where defenders don't want to make a mistake, where defenders don't want to concede and give away a free kick in dangerous position. So you have a slight advantage. Take a time, take a chance, pick a spot, and do what you want.
Indeed. Kwekwe United will clear their lines with a header as they try to control it in the middle of the park through Admayam Tibanyoka. Twist and turns. You'll find a play on the left channel of attack as they progress, crossing the center line with Masimba Mbare. Falls but still holds possession. Twist and turns in the middle of the park. Better play from Kwekwe United, enterprising. But again, rush off the blood from Brian Kativu. He should have made better work of that ball and conceded possession. The Panthers come forward now. Better play, good interchange of passes. Nigel Martina at the edge of the box. Can they shoot here? Twisting and turning. Too long, you took too long, but it's Marvin Madzuka. So far, he hasn't really been finding the right stride for the Panthers. Here comes now Farai Matatu. Tries to shoot speculatively from outside the box to take a lot to beat Francis Tizai. On that is former national team goalkeeper as well. They have to know that.
Yeah. Well, I don't know why he went for goal in that position, and more so he didn't have enough numbers to try and trouble the host Mwos. But I thought he would have played the ball on the far side than try and go solo in that instance. Wrong decision making in my view.
Did Mwos the winner free kick? Brighton Chimene will love to have a bit of a chat with Jealous Masukuta. He acknowledges the warning, I'm sure, to say next time I'll book you for it, the color you're wearing, starting with, if it's not too gracious. Here comes now Tafadzwa Mbunze. You're fighting Otenda Mshkambizi. On the far side, can they whip in across? Yes, it is a chance, it's whipped in, but it's too deep. Beaten eludes everyone, but they recollect the Panthers. Cross is whipped inside the 18. Defended well by Kwekwe United. Mumhari Siba wins a free kick with Farai Mutatu making a menace of himself for using his body well. Brighton Jimene. Mutatu Tibanyoka there. Being harassed by Valentine Gatsande. Then we restart. Yuna Mumhari again. It needs to calibrate his boots or feet today. His bearings are wrong. A good 10 acknowledged by the crowd here, and the chip forward in attack for more. Sizer gets inside the 18. A chance. Penalty! Given. No doubt whatsoever. They're asking whether it was inside or outside. Brighton Chimene, with no doubt whatsoever, awards the penalty here for the Panthers. The warm side with an advantage to draw first blood.
Yeah, I think it had to do with young Andre Tarovinga, the 21-year-old, who went in full-blooded there. I think he would have wanted to watch his action and this boot, since you were in a vulnerable position. When the attacker is entering your box, you want to keep a cool head and avoid clumsy attacks. So young Angele Tarovinga here, 21 years old, giving away a penalty. Yeah, I think maybe adrenaline rushed to his head. He could have just watched and delayed the attacker there, but as it is, he has given away a penalty.
Indeed, a penalty. Here he comes. Billy Veremu is the darling of Norton. Can he draw first blood? The referee Brighton Chimene says, let's go. Alton Nechora trying to distract him. Coolly taken, slaughtered him. Kwekwe United have conceded here. It is, of course, the home side Mwos that have drawn first blood. Yeah, the Panthers strike with skill and might. The lead secure, the crowd in delight. The stadium alive, the energy is high. Mwos is on fire. Will they be denied today? Not to be the day with this start.
Not at the moment. Current indicators are that Mwos will run away with this, and true to form, well, you cannot deny Billy Veremu. You cannot give him that chance, and he would waste it, because he's a regular scorer, even from away from the penalty box. So coolly slotted, keeper going the wrong way, and Billy Veremu claims one more goal to his tally.
1-0 to the good for the Panthers this afternoon as they draw first blood inside the first 10 minutes of this encounter. 11 minutes into the game, part of the delighted crowd here with the lead here. The Panthers sitting at the apex of the log. They would enjoy if other results go their way in favor so that they can extend their 1 point lead at the apex of the local league. Newcomers stamping authority in the local league. Kwekwe now. Can they find redemption? Desperate for points. This is not the start they would have envisaged.
Yeah, I think Kwekwe United have been battled too early in the game. You know, conceding a goal in the 11th minute. You don't want that, and more so you're on the road, you're traveling, you're playing away from your favorable home, and you concede an early goal like that. So definitely it's going to unsettle Kwekwe United. I hope they'll just be able to pick themselves up, solidify, consolidate, and make sure they see out the half, maybe with just 1 goal down, and possibly regroup and get something out of it in the second half. But as it is, I hope they are not shaken.
Indeed. Hoping that they are not shaken by this. For Mwos and Billy Ferramo opens his account for the Panthers this season. They haven't been scoring many, but the few they've had have gotten them maximum points. That's how solid they've been. And I'm sure, Joe, you're not too worried about them.
Oh, no, I'm not. Well, look at that.
Chance here! Oh, goalkeeper protected. Elton Nechuare, lucky to escape with that one.
And I'm wondering, Vale, why would Kwekwe United allow 3 Mwos attackers to be in the box unattended, leaving the goalkeeper exposed? Anything could have happened there. Look at that ball, it was flighted in from the left wing. High, and look at 3 blue shirts attacking the ball. This was risky on the part of Kwekwe United. Poor marking defensively there, Kwekwe United. You don't want to repeat that, you can be buried in no time.
Elton Nechuare, the captain, clips a long one forward looking for Tapazom Zenda with the forward header. Zenda to get second part of the cherry, but fouled on Nigel Mutena. Scored a blinder of a goal against Chicken in on the edge of the box. Good Keller, top corner, contender for goal of the month or season if you want. Yes, this season we've been blessed and lucky to see some of the finest goals scored in the local Premier Soccer League.
Yes, I agree with you, Valentine. We've seen one shot from Junior Tirimani the other day at Safari Stadium, and then last week we saw beautiful goals from Scotland, and they scored from range. Beautiful goals that will contend any league to be goals of the year.
Closing down, coming through from Valentine Gatsande, providing cover for the Panthers, throwing on the near side. Zenda, Mumhari, Zenda, Mbudze to clear Mumhari to control. Tries to beat two Marcus, wins the throw in, quickly takes it. Jealous Nsukuta, the rushed pass forward. Couldn't find Christian Makikerera. Dread locked. Fine size left wing attacker. Tina. Brighton Jimenez gives an offside call. Called by the near side assistant. Lloyd Samaitan Tasa animated. Still barking instructions, not sitting on his roles with the lead. Still wants more. Still wants positional discipline. Still needs more goals for assurance, I suppose. Here they come now. Better play from Kwekwe United here in the middle of the park. Advantage being played. Jealous Masukuta. At Mayam Timbanyoka. Zenda. The pull across. Gets second bite of the cherry. Pushes it middle of the park now with a chance for attack. Nyasha Sangweme Kwekwe United on the far side now. Can the whip in across? It's a deep, good one ahead for Mumhari. Tightly monitored by Innocent Zambezi. Sangweme could find pass, could complete it. Defensive work, Sangweme turns nicely. Check in field. Mumhari, Sangweme. Didn't read the bounce of the ball. Had a spin on it. Kwekwe United now enjoying more of the possession now. Chance to go for the goalkeeper. Free kick on Francis Tizai. Part of the crowd. Tizai is still gripping them. They still want more. Tizai will milk it.
Yeah, well, definitely, you want to make sure you calm the nerves of your team when you're under threat. Manage the situation. Of course, as you see there, it was a late charge there by Kwekwe striker. And the goalkeeper had actually had the ball under his control. And of course, it's rightly given as a free kick to goalkeeper Tizai, who is receiving some medical attention there.
Head injury, always taken with extra caution and precaution. Because they can be tricky. Beauty at the games. Left alone to fly freely.
And one thing that we have seen in the local game, Valentine, since the new boys came into town, is the branding of the club colors. We've seen, I think, a higher uptake of club regalia by different sets of fans. You've seen, as you can see there in the pictures that we saw previously.
Limited Shikafa, yes. They're trying to get the team working around. He used to bang them back in the day.
For Cape United.
Yes, there he is. Barking instructions. For his midfielders in terms of how they need to find spaces.
He speaks from experience, eh?
The assistant goalkeeper.
And leaving no one and no one behind.
Indeed. Free view. 3-hour high advantage.
All you need are your skills to go up a tree.
If you don't, you can't.
You miss on the action.
There you go. Here they come now. The Panthers regaining and winning possession. Clipped in by Veremo. Chance to whip in a shot here. Went for the cross. Again, they overcook it and they spoil the broth there. But they get another bite of the cherry. Forest of legs and finally finds itself safely into the waiting arms of Elton Nechiwara. But I would have thought Jeremiah Makangira there should have gone for goal instead of looking to clip across there.
We talk of being undecisive in critical moments. Maybe players panic or they want to pass on the responsibility to a teammate. But there are times when you want to take a shot yourself. Of course, there's an argument in football that some players can be selfish. But I can tell you, selfish players actually score goals because they were selfish and successful.
There you go. Selfish and successful. Asala. It's not going to win the golden boot for no reason. There are reasons around it, and that's what Joyce just said is part of it, part of the game. You have to be forever hungry for a strike, isn't it?
And speaking of Verem having scored today, he's actually second on the golden boot chart because he scored his 5th goal, so he's now tied on 5 goals together with the Highlanders and Rizins Banda, who is also setting the scene ablaze at Amagumeni. But of course, they still have to fight it out to catch leading top goal scorer currently, tail 1 striker Washington Navaya, who's currently sitting on 8 goals.
Can we see a 20-goal striker this season? Promises like that with the start like that. Matchday 12. Musa Sharif is here and part of this Mwos team as well. They come Veremu, tightly monitored and guarded by Andile Taruvinga. The keeper does well to find a pass in the net space. Here they come now with Jelas Msukuta. Loses possession in dangerous, precarious position. They make a meal of it. A wasted opportunity there to punish Kwekwe United there, Joe.
I think Kwekwe United did themselves a disservice. It was a wrong turn he turned inward and he turned into traffic, and then he was robbed of the ball, and then Mwos were out on an attack. But I thought he would have wanted to turn on their blind side and go on the touch towards the touchline. But of course, Kwekwe United survived, but it was a wrong turn that was done in the middle of the park, which actually threatened the visitors, Kwekwe United. And they've been generous on in terms of conceding goals. Valentine, they actually have conceded 22 goals so far, Kwekwe United, and that's very, very generous.
Licking defense. Mumhari. Masimba. Here they come now. Trying to thread the passes there. Good chance. Oh! Kunsoti's feet in good time. Sadly for Mutatu. There, with that pass being threaded, the defense had been breached there for a while. There when that touch. There. It became poor. Kunsoti's feet out. Unfortunately,
if he had managed to get that ball under his spell, I think he would have troubled Mwos goalkeeper Francis Tizai, because he had to tangle with his feet there. He couldn't get his footing right. While he was on the run, the ball was also rolling away from him. So he couldn't get the ball under his charge. But another indicator, Valentine, that Kwekwe can still pull out a goal from nowhere.
Halfway through the first half, yeah. Score 1-0 in favor of the Panthers, the home side here in Norton. All of a sudden, breathe is life. The crowds slowly filling up the gaps. Drum beating, the norm here. Here they come now. That's where knowledge sort of comes from.
Oh yes, yeah.
Norton.
This is his hood, eh?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. So this is a town that is just not known for other talent, but also football talent. And of course, who can forget Knowledge Msona, our flamboyant national team warriors captain. Of course, not captain at the moment, but he's done his duty as the skipper of the national team.
Free kick. A foul on Jeremiah Makamira. Makamira did foul. Yeah, went down. Felt a touch at the back and yet to fall. Clipped forward. Tatu. Makakera. What can you do now? Yuna. Kicking it. Recycling it. Looking for gaps. Blocked by the Panthers. They'll clear their lines for safety on the near side.
If you look at it closely, Valentine, Mwos are not allowing Kwekwe to play. If you look at the way they quickly press them and force Kwekwe United to make errors and give away position, I think tactically Lloyd Mtas has got it on point. Look at when Kwekwe United have the ball, look at the number of players that actually crowd the player with possession. You know, their pressing game so far, I think, has been causing problems for the visitors, Kwekwe United.
Push it back to their goalkeeper, Elton Echware, to Mumhari. Simba with the top poke pass. Finds Kwekwe United player as he regains possession. Blind pass from him, loses possession. He hasn't really exerted himself with this one. Here come the Panthers now as they push it around Clive Kangari. The captain, Tafadzo Nyabunze. To Innocent Zambezi. Back to Nyabunze. Playing three at the back. That is Ntasa. Congesting the midfield. Here they come now as they create more space here. Find a chance! A shot and it's a beauty! Oh my goodness, what a goal! Clipped till the top! Billy Veremu with a brace!
Billy Veremu with a brace. He's now on 6 goals on the top scorers chart, and he's knocking on Washington Navaja's goal. Billy Veremu having a good afternoon so far. So far, Mwos have scored 2 goals, which has been their average in most of their games. They haven't scored more than 2 goals. So today is promising that Mwos will break their own record of not scoring more than 2 goals per match. and the fans are enjoying it and loving it. And of course, you can't deny them. It's their day, and it's a beautiful day in the sun for them to celebrate the 2 goals that Billy Veremi has given them. And of course, with it comes with 3 points that makes them solidify and consolidate their position at the apex of the log. Look at that ball that was sent in there. First touch.
Good judging of the bounce.
Placement.
Top corner. Oh, Billy, you. Top corner, no chance for the goalkeeper. No goalkeeper on earth would have reached there. No way.
That was neatly tucked in.
Can they respond? Oh, of course. The Panthers roll. The spirit is bright as they consolidate their lead at the edge of the box. Can they shoot here? Should have gone for the volley from there, but he tried to control it for Rai Mutatu. Oh, decision making again crucial.
Yes. Yeah, I agree with you, Valentine. You know, it's those moments where you want to get yourself back in the game and you want to be sure-footed. You don't want to panic. You don't want to make wrong decisions. Because at the moment, if Kwekwe United were to score a goal, it can be game on.
Here they come. They're looking for more here. Chance. Couldn't have the cutback there. Nigel Mutina, the poor cutback. Shouldn't have been too close to the goalkeeper.
Yeah, the cross was too close to the goalkeeper. He did cut it back in towards the penalty spot. He could have troubled the visitors Kwekwe United.
Mumhari, twisting and turning. Push it back. Check it forward, Mutatu on the edge of the box here. Tightly monitored. Good covering from Innocent Zambezi. Here they come now with Mitsuka Malvin. Finds that is Clive Kongari. Zambezi Innocent. Go find their goalkeeper Tizai Tinyabunze, the captain. Clive Kongari. Mitsuka. Quickly finds Timbanyoka. Which can be rather the creator of the goal. Tina. Katsande Valentine. Pushes it back to Nyabudze. Easily one free kick. Clever from Tina Tenda. Which can busy. Diagonal pass, Fakat shooting, locked in, finding and marked Billy Veremo, slaughters it home with great precision. Kwekwe struggling to clear their lines, throw in on the near side. They've been worried for Trafazo Mzenda there. Looks to be okay. To continue.
I don't want to have an injury-inspired substitution in the first half, more so a defensive one for that matter. Because as we speak right now, look at that, it was a high good game. Of course, he went in for an innocent header, but he was caught, and rightly so, when a free kick is given. I was talking about having to make unforeseen substitutions, more so at the back, and more so for a leaking defense like the one at Kwekwe United. We have now conceded 24 goals in the 12 games, so they're averaging 2 goals per match in terms of defensive failures.
Bad stats to have on the side. Here they come now. Kwekwe Masimba Mambare pressed, loses possession. Kongari. They were looking for Billy Veremo's offside in that instance. Together with Pavel Mutsuka. Half an hour gone. 2-0 to the Panthers. They lead here. Family in control. Unfazed. Questions asked. No replies from Kwekwe United as the Panthers are showing them with the betting houses. Tight marking closely. Marking as he tries to get away with it. Throw in. Chara is fighting and tussling. So let's look at other scores from across the country in matches on today. As we look at the chance being created here on the edge of the post, can they shoot and get a third? Oh man, he went for the top corner, couldn't find it, couldn't nestle for him. He's having a blind of the gun, but it's not on Timber Mchkambizi. And he could have gotten an assist at the goal there. Look at that, picking his spot nicely. There you go. Slot it to Hamzan.
Precision, Valentine. I think I could see what he was trying to do. He was trying to pick at the top right corner of the net. Of course, the execution was bad, but I think his idea was right. Placement on the far top corner where the keeper would hardly reach. So, well, another chance gone, but look, they can afford to try different ideas at goal.
Here they come now. Nicely done. Makukera now. Wolves play well to find Mumhari. Back to Makukera. Oh, couldn't get a good touch to move forward and transition into attack. As we're looking at score lines at other venues. And so far I can tell you rentals and guess it's still goalless after 35. Tel1 lead Yada by 1-0. Simbabora lead Triangle by 1-0. FC Platinum currently goalless against Bikita Minerals. Chicken in goalless against Greenfield. Manika Diamonds goalless versus Scotland. ZPC Kariba goalless versus Islanders at Nyamunga Stadium. Those are the latest score lines.
The score lines that we are seeing, Valentine, is like computer coding, because it's all 0-0. The only 2 games that have yielded, 3 games that have yielded scores, actually the Simba Bola Triangle one, and the Tel1 Yada game, and the one that we are covering today, where currently Mwos has scored 2 goals. So far we've got 5 goals in the games that are being played today.
It's an attack by Upper Panda. Thwarted emphatically. By Robert Muchara. Throw in on the near side. Valentine Katsandi finds Clive Kongari will lose his possession, but they could really regain it. Mwos, as they're being pressed. Matatu pressing high. Samaita conducting his team like an orchestra. Here comes now Mwos the chance. Billy Veremu! Can he get a hat-trick? Penalty? Not given. Oh, a challenge on Arthur Panda. Unfortunately, the referee said the ball had left his control, clattered into. Let's check that. Right there. Gets the touch. The goalkeeper comes, misses the ball, clatters into the man.
Yeah, but Billy Veremu is in motion, so is the goalkeeper. They are all, both their feet are off the ground. It's more of an aerial tussle. That's why Billy Veremu also didn't have a clean shot at goal. Otherwise, the goalkeeper would have gone the other way as the ball rolled into the net. So I think it's a good call by the referee there to not give a corner kick, allow play to continue, and the ball was cleared off the line to give away a corner to the host team of Mwos.
Corner kick. They're seeing chance for Arthur Panda to have gotten a third one before the stroke of half time with just 9 minutes plus added time to go. Musenda to take a throw in on the near side, deep inside. Kwekwe United half, they push it back to their goalkeeper. He needs to be careful here. He was rushed into it. Good closing coming through from Arthur Panda. Still clouting at his hand there. Might have fell awkwardly. Timotenda Mchkambizi enjoying his game this afternoon. He's the form guy. Here they come as they push it around. Poor touch, Mumhari give it an opportunity to go on a counter here. Rolling back the years. Couldn't get on his bike like back in the day. Chance for them to attack. Ah, good marking and covering from Clive Kongari. But they quickly take it. Mumhari now whips in a good cross inside the box. Attempted scissors kick. Need up. Offside. Adjudged. Or is it a high foot?
Yeah, offside call. No.
Yeah. Brighton Jimene. Top referee. Francis Tizai gets the nod ahead of an injured Martin Mapisa. Healthy competition.
Yeah, healthy competition. This is what you need, in all your positions. More so, coach of the month of April, LWEZIMBABWE. You want to have reliable cover in all positions, even critical positions like in goals. Yeah, good cover. Francis Tizai, of course, he has acquitted himself so far so well. Of course, he hasn't really been threatened by visiting Kwekwe United, but somehow he's got a sure hand.
Free kick. Right, Jimena saying too much hogging. Can't be hogging somebody who's not your teammate.
Yeah, you can. It's not allowed in football. Yeah, maybe the closest you can see it would be on a rugby field.
There you go. In the lower half. Mumhari quickly roll back the years and give an assist here. They need one that just bounces before the goalkeeper. It's in the good area, but well defended by the Panthers. Danger not averted but cleared. Still ping pong as they regain possession. Kwekwe United being given a sniff here. Can they make with all of it? Pull across inside the box. No problem for Tinata and Mshkambizi. The L everywhere. Sangweme. Jealous Musukuta. Oh, makes a meal. Couldn't sort out his feet quickly there. Andy Letaruvinga. That could have been risky too for the Panthers.
Yes, it would have been. And I think a good run there by young boy Andy Letaruvinga. Yeah, venturing into the box on the overlap. If he got that ball under his spell, you'll be in an advantage. Any contact or any clumsy challenges by the home team defense, it would have given you something. But unfortunately, he couldn't find his feet. And we see another man down there.
With Jimene asking the medics or the player to move out. Zion gets an opportunity to sort out his defense. You can tell that Kwekwe United are getting excited or being given a sniffing chance, which could be dangerous, particularly with a 2-0 lead. Thus, they say sometimes it's the most difficult to defend because you sometimes relax.
Yes, because the margin is wide. You get a sense of complacency and the guys fall into a lull. And that's when a training team can actually score one goal and get their energy up and possibly nick another one to equalize. So, yeah, a wide margin in football at times may be dangerous.
Strange. Here comes Kwekwe United looking for Masimba on the right channel. What can you do now? He's looking for someone in yellow inside the box. Keeps on looking for Makekera. Good defense from Valentine Katsande. Feremu, Martina, Katsande. Simba tussling. They win possession in the middle of the park. Sangweme. Andy Letaruvinga. Mumhari. Confirmation of the scoreline here. Brace from Billy Ferremo. Penalty in the 11th minute. And the beauty in the 30th. Here they come now. Looking to attack. Good recovery from the visitors. The unevenness of the pitch, if you notice, the ball is not moving with seamless roll on the turf.
Yes, I agree with you, Valentine. You know, when we walked in onto the surface this afternoon, we thought this pitch was well manicured, looking pristine. But if you look at the roll of the ball, it's always having that bounce that gives some measure of discomfort for players. You know, it's never rolling smoothly on the floor. There's always that bounce that somehow gets off the timing of the player. So, yeah, maybe something that we may need to look into, you know, in terms of the quality of the surfaces that our teams are playing on. For the optics, it's looking good, but if you look at the roll of the ball, somehow it's not rolling smoothly.
They need the greenkeeper or pitch keeper at Hart Stadium to show them how to even the surface.
I agree. Yeah, that's one of the best and smoothest surfaces we have in the local game.
Here they come now. Chikambizi. Mutina with the cross. The beauty! He was ghosting with the header there, Veremu. He really wants his hat-trick this afternoon. After Banda. Also, he was there with the header. They're searching and searching the Panthers. They need to settle this early, I'm sure.
Yeah, they want. I think they want to avoid the situation that they were in last week when they played Tel 1. Remember, Tel 1 actually got it to a point where they were leading by 2-0, and Coach Lloyd Ntasa had to chase the game, and we saw late drama from the home team, Mwos, who salvaged the point, a point to get a 2-2 draw very late in the game. But they want to do their business early today.
Here they come. Yuna in attack now. Taruvinga. The poor pass couldn't complete it to Masimba Mambare. Offside, surely. Called. For Billy Veremu.
Valentine, I want you to note when Kwekwe United are on the offensive, look at the blue shirts that come behind the ball. I like the defensive discipline for Mwos. The way they try and defend the ball, the way they try and force errors from Kwekwe United. There's always going to be more blue shirts whenever Kwekwe United are on the offensive. So maybe Kwekwe United coach may want to look into that to say, how do you overload more numbers up front but still maintaining some shape defensively? Because the blue shirts are always behind the ball and they're quick to win it.
Panthers in attack now. A good one forward looking for Veremu, but for Arthur Banda rather it was too high for him. Rising into life. They've been overshadowed by Billy Veremu early on, but Arthur is finding himself in good spaces.
He's very clever player, I've seen. I think if you look at the way he finds himself spaces, he creates his own space. So which is an indication of a player who's smart, who's sharp, and who's got high anticipation levels. So good for him, and hopefully if he can get a goal, that will also be a way to seal off an afternoon's performance.
Only 1 minute of minimum time to be added on. There you go, confirmation. There you go. 1 minute to be added on as we are already in the 45th. Makekera was played nicely but couldn't complete the pass to Masimba Mambare. Goalkeeper way off his line. Clever to play the sweeper's role and clear that one. Offside. Arthur Banda coming from an offside position. Brighton Chimene. .45 up. Now into optional time. Minimum wasted opportunity again. It's not a foul, but here's a chance now. 3-on-3, 4-on-3. Can they make use of this one? Too slow, couldn't release it on time. Brighton Chimene will blow to end. That is the first 45 here. The Panthers on their pitch at the apex. On top of this one. 2-0 to the good. Billy Veremu Bryce scored in the 11th minute with a penalty. And a nicely taken goal in the 26th minute to give the lead to the horse here as they maintain their grip at the apex of the local Premier Soccer League. And if it ends like this, they're moving in nicely and smoothly. No rush whatsoever. Solid as a rock.
they will be cruising nicely and they won't be inside but on top as they've been all along. Well, Valentine, we saw a first half with that Mwos have been comfortable. They are leading by 2-0, courtesy of Billy Veremo double. But Kwekwe United haven't been off the blocks yet. They are there in the game. They are trying to contain them around Mwos United, but they haven't answered any questions that have been thrown at them by Mwos. Mwos are actually comfortable. So their 2-0 advantage at the moment, well, is justifiable because they've created the chances. Of course, they wasted a couple more chances. They could be 3-4 up, but well, they are happy with the 2 goals that they've scored so far. We wait to see, well, Kwekwe United, can they pull one back? But as things stand right now, Kwekwe have no bite up front. Kwekwe United are struggling to venture forward and breach the host defensive line, which has been disciplined, which has been well marshaled. The way they defend, I think, has been very impressive. That's why they are not conceding many goals in Valentine.
Interesting scenes. The two teams not yet going into the dressing room, but the players have been self-introspection and talking to each other. Masimba Mambare already being the senior player and of course playing that role in explaining and expressing himself, how he is viewing this game and what he is seeing from this, using his years of experience as they pray as well, seeking divine intervention, looking to the Maker. That is Kwekwe United. And of course, we did see also, as you can see as they walk out to the dressing rooms, that is the host Mwos. Yeah, you like that? Before we cross over to Charles CNN Mabika, as well as Begin Pilonyoni together with Ashford Mdaba. Joe?
Oh yes, well, if you saw the picture there of the Kwekwe United players, they're looking dejected. For me, they're not showing the energy. They're looking like they've been rattled. They have no hope to come back into this game. But I think if they do get a goal, they might bring something to this game. It can be a twist, it can be a turn. But Mwos are safely in control of the first 45 minutes.
It is a fiesta right here at Ngoni Stadium as the Panthers lead by 2-0. Right now, let's go to Charles CNN Mabika with the analysts to find out how they viewed this one. With the Panthers, 2-0 to the good against Una Kwekwe United, the visitors who anchor the bottom of the 18-team log of the Zimbabwe Premier Soccer League.
Half-time here at Ngoni Stadium in Norton. And well, the hosts, Mwos, have just gone streaking ahead 2-0 with double scorer Billy Veremu. Penalty, the first was a volley. Penalty, what did you think? Penalty? Well, Achiford Mundawa Uche is still here. So is Coach Bex, Bekim Pilonyoni. And Uche, let's talk about the penalty scored by Billy Veremu. Penalty for you?
No, on balance of probability, for me, it's a no. Look, according to law 12 of the game on fouls and misconduct, the player was attacking, but not direct at goal. He was on way away from target. And that infringement, it was supposed to be a yellow card, and again it was on the byline. But the referee then made amends later in the first half when that clear penalty, which was committed by the goalkeeper, he just gave a free kick. But the first one for me, it wasn't a penalty.
It wasn't a penalty.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Second one, clear goal.
Yeah, second one,
clear goal.
Second one, clear penalty. But I think the referee was a bit lenient.
No. Second goal, clear goal.
Oh, second goal, clear goal. What type of precision?
But the penalty, first one.
First one for me.
Right.
No.
Very interesting. Very interesting. Let's find out. They always say there are two sides to a coin. Let's find out if he was heads, whether Coach Bex is tails, or if he was tails, whether Coach Bex is heads. Let's find out. Coach Bex, penalty for you? Billy Veremu? Clear penalty.
Clear penalty for me. I don't want even to argue about it.
All right, clear penalty for you.
Second goal. Well worked goal. Teamwork goal. That's the second goal.
Well, Uche has no problem with the second one, but he says penalty, no penalty. Well, we'll leave you to decide, because yes, we might see the penalty coming up. It will come up in a couple of seconds for you to decide, because you are the owners of the game, right? The Gold Boys here trailing by 2-0. I can tell you that elsewhere, yes, some goals, some of the games, goals there, but there's no, as we see, the penalty. Uche, let's have a look at it. You are saying no penalty, but let's have a look at it here.
Yeah, we are seeing the highlights coming there.
Yeah.
And Billy Veremu was scoring from the penalty spot.
Yeah.
But again, like we say,
you build up to the penalty. Why the penalty was caused? What do you said no penalty? You still think no clear penalty?
No clear penalty for me for the first one. Yes, I'm convinced. I'm convinced it was not. Because if you look at the laws of the game, they are crystal clear. That wasn't
Even
a penalty.
after looking at this,
That wasn't a penalty foul.
Okay, all right. He says no penalty, he says penalty. All right, a very entertaining game as it is. Well, you will agree with me, I'm sure you will. Kwekwe United, yes, the Gold Boys down by 2-0, but they have really not been outclassed, yes. Most the Panthers have had more cracks at goal, and they could have scored another 2. But Kwekwe United definitely not outclassed, Uche.
Definitely not outclassed. In the opening 5 minutes or so, I was very impressed.
Yep.
Over-promising.
Yeah, as we see the chances there, the Gold Boys could have done something here, Uche.
Rightly so, but somehow look way off target there.
Yeah.
Opening 5-10 minutes, they had the oomph, they had the determination,
Yes,
they had the
they
zeal.
had.
But after conceding that early goal, they were deflated.
Yeah, the goal in quotes for you. Right, I can tell you that no goals at Ruvaro Stadium between the Students and Madamburo Rentals and Gezi Platinum. No goals at Sakuva between Maviravira and the Gem Boys, Manica Diamonds and Scotland, of course. But there are goals elsewhere. FC Platinum being led behind at Mandava from Bikita Minerals. The Lithium Boys leading FC Platinum. Simba Bora Chinuchedu leading Triangle by 1-0. Tel 1, that's the Wi-Fi Boys leading the Miracle Boys by 1-0. So, very, very dicey, hey? We will see what happens in the second half. Right, this game here at Ngoni Stadium. Yes, the log leaders, the Panthers, having more cracks at goal, getting 2 goals. Uche here saying the first one, not a penalty. Coach Bex saying it was a clear penalty. But let's put that aside. Let's look ahead at the second half. Let's find out what Coach Bex thinks Mwos will have to do. Of course, get more goals, but what does he see happening from Lloyd Samaita Mutasa?
Yes, for Mwos, I think the intention has been so clear to say last weekend we nearly lost to Tel 1. This team who are coming today, they are a weak side. When you meet a weak side, it's like a brother meeting a young brother. Show that I'm the brother. From the word go, you could see that from defense, midfield, going up front, Mwos have been really bossing, and as a result, we are not surprised that they are leading so far 2-0. That's a sign that they are in total control, and I want to believe coming back, they will continue from there and try to harvest more goals. We can see 2 or more goals coming through in the second half.
Well, Coach Bex, really, you remember at the top of the show, he did focus that the Panthers would win by 3-0. So probably waiting for another one and more. They're saying that Mwos in total control of the game. Do you agree with that? Let's find out from Uche. In total control of the game?
Yeah, so far they seem to be in control. But again, for Kwekwe United, they ought to throw caution to the wind. You are down 0-2. So they need to shift from the 4-4-2 to a 4-3-3. Masima Mambare, the passes from him are not that precise. Look, they build the momentum, but somehow they lose the balls unnecessarily. They need to continue maintaining the momentum so that they trouble the rear guard of Mwos. Right now, last 20 minutes in the first half, the defense was more on holiday for Mwos. So we are down. we are anchoring the local standings. How do we go up? Let's throw caution to the wind.
I want to stay with you, Uche, because on the bench of Kwekwe United, the Gold Boys, they have two experienced hands there. They've got Bora Alan Gadzikwa and the menace Dennis Dauda. Now, Uche, does Coach Benoni Mhlangeni throw these two experienced guys, as you said, let's throw caution to the wind? Does he throw them on to see if they can, if their experience can change the complexion of the game?
Yeah, if you look at the experience, especially of Gadzikwa, I think we need him. They need him there. And then if you look at Dauda, the experience to stabilize the ship in terms of defense, because the defense is being caught in 6 and 7. Yes, Mwos scored a beautiful goal, the second one, but the defense is a bit shaky. When they are marking space, they are leaving a lot of space and for the players to maneuver. When they are man marking, they are not checking the men. So there's a lot of lack of discipline in terms of the rear guard. So a player in the mode of Dauda, I think, can bring some stability in the rear guard.
Well, we'll see what Mhlangeni has to do in the second half. And let's go to the man who has already predicted 3-0 for Mwos. More goals? Do you see more goals coming?
Yes, I see more goals coming, at least 1 or 2 goals coming, so that they add on what they already have. And I would want to believe up front, Cloud Mapoka might come also later on come in, so that he can add more bite and put as much pressure as he can, and try to revitalize himself by trying to get a goal playing against a weaker team, so that he can try to reclaim his first 11 position.
But like I told you, right, the things looking up at Kwekwe United now, they're way in financial trouble, but we believe, we also understand, we believe that some sponsors have come through and they're helping out. Doc Phil Makekera was the sole sponsor of this team. We're actually sitting with him together with Sharif Musa, the man who's responsible for the stadiums in the country. And well, watching very closely, obviously disappointed that his boys are down by 2-0, but I think maybe as far as the checkbook is going, or as far as Beggy is concerned, things are looking up for Kwekwe United. And Uche, we can only wish the Gold Boys better luck, that maybe financially now things are more stable.
Rightly so, CNN, especially after getting a new sponsors, you need to put a smile on the sponsors' faces.
Yeah. Right. A smile on the sponsors' faces. Well, we got smiles here on the Mwos faces, but no smiles on the Kwekwe United faces. We are now going back, getting ready for the second half. So let's rejoin Valentine Mabugu, who is sitting alongside Joseph Mkani. We'll be talking to you at the end of the 90. 2-0 to the Panthers.
Thank you very much, Charles CNN Mabika, for that one. And of course, the latest that we are getting from other centers as we prepare for this one is that Yada walked off the pitch after second red card. Valentine Sarura was shown a straight red card for stepping on an opponent. And these are things that, Joe, sometimes in our football we get to ask so many questions, and is walking away the solution, or you can register your discontent and play under protest?
Yeah, well, football has the regulations and guidelines very clear that even if you are in a aggrieved party, you continue with play, you don't walk off the pitch, but you register your grievances through the proper channels. And of course, it's unpleasant things that we are hearing from across town, where Yada are said to have walked off the pitch following a second red card on their player. So very unfortunate for the game, and very unfortunate even for the corporate partners and the fans themselves.
Brighton Jimenez gets us underway. Yeah, 2-0 to the good Mwos. They are, as we welcome you back at Ngoni Stadium. We are resuming the action in the second half, and what a thrilling start to the match it has been. Mwos leading by 2-0, courtesy of Billy Veremo's praise. The Panthers are looking confident, but Kwekwe United won't give up easily, we hope, in this second half. Let's see how the visitors respond in this second half as the Panthers lead. The dominance clear. 2-0. The scoreboard is there. Billy Veremo's praise, a masterclass play And the question, Joy, is will Kwekwe United find a way?
They better find a way, and more so early in the second half, so that they give themselves some measure of confidence as we see them scrambling there and the shot being taken, and of course going off target. But they need to get themselves back in the game, and if the area they do it, they're better.
Indeed, a miscued effort there from Farai Matatu. Didn't really get hold of that one. An opportunity again for Kwekwe United early on, as they did in the first half. They had the first sniff, but they are trailing. Good closing again. Sangweme, Mumhari. Again, the unevenness of the pitch not allowing the free flow passing game. You have to understand the pitch and how to control this game to really know how to play on this one. And so far, Kwekwe United haven't mastered that art as yet, as they try to pass it around right now. Injured player Sangweme will continue with play in the middle of the park. They switch flanks with the diagonal pass to the left. It is now Kwekwe United attacking left to right on your screens. Okekere can't find Atatu. Free kick. Get that man clutching on his feet. That is the man with the blind of the first Baptino Tenda Mchikambizi. Goes down. Brighton Jimene explaining why he had to let play continue, I suppose.
Yeah, and of course even the local fans would have been wondering why play has been allowed to continue. It's not a head injury, and the Kwekwe United had possession of the ball, and it's within their rights to keep playing and continue with play, unless if it's a head injury where the referee will have to stop play. But in this case, Mchikambizi didn't have a head injury, so unless if Mwos had gotten possession of the ball and they voluntarily played out to touch. But in this case, nothing wrong. Good call by the referee, and fair play for Kwekwe United. All kinds of fans from the terraces, yeah.
Indeed. And the kids.
I wonder
they still love their phones, isn't it?
Yeah, whether they're following this game live on their phones or they're playing their own games.
We're streaming it live, trust you me. They prefer it on ZBC TV. Drop ball given to the goalkeeper for the Panthers, Francis Tijai. Mchikambizi stretching. It looks like the both of the water is down the matchup. Ball one click forward as they search here. But it's the Panthers looking to settle. They haven't really settled in the second half. It is, of course, Kwekwe United to have come more determined to pull one back here and turn this game on its head. Free kick given by Brighton Chimene to the favor of the Panthers, who are now attacking from right to left on your screens. Left to right, yes, pardon me, left to right on your screens. Tizai clipping a long one forward. Keeper to keeper, Peter Farnwell, Brenham Siska. Any memories, Joe?
John Spanda, Peter Nkomo, Duncan Ellison. Well, those were the legends of our game. Who guarded the post jealously.
Did good marking there from Andile Tarvinga to stop Veremo. Kwekwe United stitching some passes in the middle of the park, moving from one end to the other, looking for a run of Fred Matatu. Tries to beat Nyabunze, but he's solid as a rock, ably helped by Innocent Zambezi as they clear their lines to a throw-in on the near side. Sangweme quickly takes it. Fangilas Msukuta to Sangweme. Sleeping on duty was Andile Tarvinga. Zambezi foul. Free kick. The first 5 of the second half played. 2-0 it remains.
Yeah, but Kwekwe United, I think they've had a good talking to at half time with their coach to say, guys, go on the offensive. And we're actually seeing it there. And of course, there's an unfortunate substitute coming in there in the 50th minute. Kwekwe United are making a substitution.
Indeed. Oh, I thought he was playing a blinder.
Yeah, Msukutwa. Yeah.
Jealous Msukuta. In comes the experience of Alan Gadzikwa.
Yeah, well, Gadzikwa has seen it in the game. You know, we hope that he's going to galvanize the Kwekwe United midfield and create something that can just give them a goal and have a sniff and hopefully go for an equalizer before time is up. Yeah, Gadzikwa, one of the legends of the game.
They're looking for better movement.
Yeah, and brains too. He's got the experience so far this season.
Can they break the jinx is the question. Here they come now. Matatu couldn't keep it under his spell. At the banda in the box. Clips one. But wasn't telegraphed to the right man there. Matatu uses his body well to find clearance. At the banda. Controlled by Admire Timbanyoka. Fouled in the process. Brighton Chimene. Confirmation of the substitution. Jealous Musukuta. Out for Alan Gadzikwa. There he is on the ball. Quickly takes it there. With the Trivela pass. Clipped forward. But well defended. Kwekwe United will chase to retrieve that one on the near side, deep inside their own half. They're moving forward. Here they come now. Good defensive work from Tafaza Mzenda. That was Brian Gatifu. Tina Tsande putting Alan Gadzikwa to retrieve. Better movement and precision in passing. Mumhari looking for the solo striker Matatu. Trying to cause all the half-okay confusion. It works well. But Kakura now what can he do? Tries to beat his man on the edge of the box. Tries to shoot, but it was more like he was passing there. Sangweme beaten to it. Here they come now. Mwos, the Panthers. Good touch. Moving forward now with Jeremiah. Kawira. Poor touch from Billy Veremu, but he'll find a teammate. Crosses to Veremu. Strike! Beauty! Excellent! Touch! Precision! Bang! Goal! Hat-trick!
Hat-trick for Billy Veremu. And he has troubled goalkeeper Nichuare there. At some point we thought Billy Veremu had lost that position when he was fed the ball from the left wing. He recovered and controlled and dispatched the player. A teammate went right inside who sent him a cross which he met ably so and with some flair, giving Kwekwe goalkeeper Elton Nichuare no chance. So Billy Veremu with a hat-trick and Mwos with their first third goal in a match so far this season. And I think Mwos are on the roll.
Mwos on the roll. The Panthers are singing. Even divine intervention from Kumasowe is being called and being credited. The dance famously on the blue half of Harare, but Wayne Norton, some 40 Ks from the capital, but it's still relevant.
It is still relevant. You know, these are the scenes we want to see at a football stadium where fans come in to see goals. And I think this is the first time that Mwos have scored 3 goals in a single match. Well, we want to see if Kwekwe United are going to come up with any form of response. But they started the second half promisingly. But they are stung again by Billy Veremu, who's dominating, who's having his one-man show this afternoon. Billy Veremu with a treble. Billy Veremu with a hat-trick.
Unbelievable. Billy Veremu with the hat-trick for Mwos. As they lead by 3 goals to 0, the home crowd, as you can hear, is ecstatic. The Panthers are completely dominating the game, and Veremu is unstoppable. This could be a nightmare for Kwekwe United. The visitors are struggling to cope with the home team's precision and intensity at times. Hat-trick hero, Veremu the name, 3 goals for Mwos. The scoreline is aflame. The Panthers' power on full display. Kwekwe United swaps slowly but surely fading, Joe.
And Billy Veremu now on 7 goals. He's just 1 goal short of the leading goal scorer, Washington Navaya. So Washington Navaya will be watching this game with some bit of discomfort, because he's now only leading by 1 goal, which separates him and Billy Veremu. And who is on the roll this afternoon? Look at that cross as it was sent through. Yeah. Placed on 1 touch on the volley, and the keeper could not do anything but just kick the ball out of the net.
And side-footing it away from Elton Nechuari. No chance whatsoever.
No chance.
Can't fault him there.
You can't. I mean,
Couldn't do anything more.
That was a good goal by Billy Veremu. You know, he picked up his spot, he nicely curled the ball off his feet, and found the corner of the net. For his hat-trick, now 7 goals this season. 1 goal shy of Washington Navaya, who is leading the attack.
He's carrying his form from the Northern Region, Division 1. Akubanda inside the 8, the 6, the 18 area. Good defensive work from Taruvinga. Does well to win a goal kick for his side here. Trailing by 3 goals to 0, Ayuna. Bleeding their hopes of survival. They've had a 2-minute start, an introduction to the Big Boys Club in the local Premier Soccer League. Baptism of fire, if you like.
Yeah, this is one team that hasn't enjoyed their stay in the local Premiership, Valentine. And of course, they've had their troubles. You see one man down there. They've had their troubles, Kwekwe United, you know, from a financial perspective. But the good thing now is this week we heard them announcing that they've secured a number of commercial partners, 5 of them this past week. And of course, they've also reinforced their technical team, bringing in Dr. Simba Mazoro there, who is a team doctor, as well as introducing Leonora Valentine as their physio. They are trying to enhance their technical bench, but of course, so far it hasn't really produced them any result. And we wait to see if the new corporate partners that they've signed up this week, 5 of them in total, if they're going to help their fortunes turn around. And we also saw even yesterday, the Kwekwe businessman, Solomon Matsa, visiting the team in camp, hoping to give them some morale booster. And he, of course, he was accompanied by their CEO, Bridget Mudosi. But so far, of course, it may take time to get some results and see changes from the new innovations that we bring into camp.
Mumhari fouled in the process by Shkambizi. Alanga Tsiko again being the agency for Yuna, but they could lose possession. Good recovery. Good from Brian Gativu. He's on the ball now. Maya Timbanyoka pushes it back to his goalkeeper. Alton Nechuari beaten thrice so far in the first hour of this game. Mumhari. Nyambuze with an open foot challenge. Adjudged to be fouled by Brighton Chimene, the referee for the afternoon, right here at Ngoni Stadium. So look at that. Dangerous play. Simba Mumhari looking to whip this one. He's still good at delivering these as he used to be yesteryear. Played for Highlanders, played for Dynamos, played for FC Platinum. You've seen it all.
He's seen it all, and he knows the local terrain like the back of his hand. And of course, that is also telling in this game. He's got that influence and presence in the game. Another substitution coming through.
And it's Nyasha Sangweme calls it a day for Maxwell Murimba, the centre forward. I always think that this man was playing nicely, and for the type of play that they need to play away from home, he's the right man. Another change. Christian Makekera calls it a day for Mbongeni Mineju. Makekera. Mambare now, can he whip in across the chance here to pull one back? It's still good time to do so. It's a good one inside the 18. Should be a corner kick if the late it keeps it in play. Tries to whip it. Should have been clever to let it play.
Yeah, I thought it would have been better to get a corner kick than a throw in. Or if at best, maybe try to find a teammate who was coming in and running into support, who then was going to whip in across into the box, into the prime target area. Wrong decision making that we've been crying about Valentine, especially on the Kwekwe United side.
3-0 to the good. The log leaders, the pace setters of the 2025 season in the Castle Lacquer Premier Soccer League. And that is Mwos taking the bottom side. They know each other in familiar territory of being the new boys of the 2025 season in the Premier Soccer League, but with constructing fortunes. The one at the top, quickly taking a chance! Oh, couldn't sort his feet out. That is the new man. Again, clever play from Alan Gadzikwa, looking for the new man, Maxwell Murimba, but he couldn't sort out his feet to get the curl on the ball. As Samaita Lloyd Mtasa prepares a triple change here.
Yeah, well, maybe Lloyd Mtasa, look at that shot there. He couldn't pick up his spot. He tried to curl the ball using his in step, but he didn't get that good connection. But that was another chance falling to Kwekwe United. Hopefully they won't live to regret it. They would need a goal right now to come back into this game.
Something to lift them up. But the Panthers are in charge and in control. Firmly in this tie. Matchday 12. 3 goals to the good. Hat-trick by Billy Veremu. Free kick. Brighton Shemene. Another substitution. Tyron. Yeah. Tyron Matongorere comes in.
Yeah, well, you can't play in 3-0 and you want to be comfortable in the game, feel the game, enjoy yourself. There's no pressure.
Tyron. That's it. Jeremiah is at a offering by game. Also calling today is Nigel Martina. In comes the experienced Tafaza George. Solidifying everything now.
Yeah, I think Lloyd Mtasa is trying to consolidate this game, making sure he doesn't slip off their hip. Just make sure we get all the 3 points and maintain a clean sheet, which, by the way, this becomes Mo's 9th clean sheet that they've kept so far this season. So they are good defensively. They don't let out, they don't give away chances, they are tight at the back, and this becomes their 9th clean sheet so far this season. Kudos, Lloyd Mtasa.
Yeah. Here they come. It's Mumhari. Francis Tizurai will take his sweet precious time, wait for his teammates to catch a bit of breath and open up. Billy Veremu saying calm down. The hat-trick hero, it's happening for him today. Evanson Ferremba won't find the jersey with that kind of form. He has to look elsewhere positionally in the team. Matongorere to Tyrone. Remember with a good movement. Oh man, Arthur Panda couldn't. A chance for Verem to get his 4th here. A quartet of goals, but couldn't chip it over the goalkeeper. But what a pass from Matongorere to Tyrone with his first touch.
Having to introduce yourself in the game with that kind of play, threading yourself through the middle of the park and breaking the defensive lines for Kwekwe United, and then coming up with an assist would have been something for the substitute. Just coming in and making yourself known, introducing yourself and making your presence known and felt.
Here they come now. Poor pass again, rushing there. Passes Maxwell Morimba with a poor one, second time. To Zara. With the experience he has, he knows how to wind down the clock, calm things down. That chance again, just needed to clip it for his ball.
And look at the flow of the ball, Valentine. We spoke about this. If the surface was even, that ball rolling into his path, Billy Veremu would have been up on his 4th goal.
Here they come now in attack. Inside the 18 area, chance! Costa had a chance to score! Oh! Defended on the line. Robert Muchara clears and saves the 4th. For Mwos and Ntasa applauds. Loves it how this team is playing. Crossed the keeper, made a meal of it. Couldn't touch it. Look at that defense.
Good defensive
from
play.
Muchara.
Yeah, Muchara. He timed the ball. He anticipated the ball to come through on the near post, and he did very well to lunge his body out and shut that ball out. So good defensive play, good timing to make sure they don't concede a 4th goal this afternoon.
Here they come, searching for the 4th here to put this into bed as a contest. France. It's Munofa, if I could read lips.
Well, figuratively speaking, that's the football language. It's not really like in real life.
Yeah.
But, these are the fans. That's the passion you want to see in fans. They come in to enjoy themselves, yes, and follow proceedings and have something to take home about with and enjoy themselves.
That's the fandom we require for the aesthetics of the game. Not only in the field of play, but in the terraces and beyond. Here they come now. Delivering with a poor touch. Kativu. Murimba. Foul. Quickly taken. Katsiko. Mumhari on the edge of the box. Can he twist it in? Yes, it does. Finds a pass. Taruvinga, can he keep it in? Couldn't. Got it. Family in control. The Panthers at home. Even the mango tree gives good view inside the stadium. Close shot. Well done.
Everyone wants a piece of this cake.
70 minutes we are approaching. Tafaza George. Here they come Veremu. Tafaza George. Looking for a penalty, not given. Corner kick though. Bolton Chimenyo will now attend to him. We'll have a chat with Kativu just to say I let that one fly. Even the uniforms.
Yes, the regalia, we spoke about this earlier, to say fans have bought into this idea of being partisan and showing your allegiance. Billy Veremu there, is he going out? No. You know, the fans have bought into the different teams. Yeah, another substitution there.
Going up.
He's denied a fourth goal, but still, I will take a hat trick and go home. The mesh ball is his.
Comes up for Aaron. Some guy. Oh, he's loving it. I'm sure it's been promised all the heavens. His hat trick in highlights. Penalty. in the 11th. 26th minute. Well taken. Well executed. Top corner. Beauty and the celebration. Let's go. Let's pick a third now. Oh, immaculate.
Do you see similarities between his second and third goal?
Indeed.
Yeah.
Technically
Both, technically gifted. He knows what he does, and he knows where the goal is and how to place and finish it.
Touch on the neutral zone, he was celebrating already as soon as it left his foot. Everson Feremba, like I said, he's the direct replacement. Was poached from Black Rhinos last season in the Northern region, helped them to top the log and chase for their title that they lost to Scotland. And we can't wait for Matchday 14 when these two giants clash.
That will be a top billing game of the week, when Mwos play Scotland, and it's not coming very far, just a few weeks to go.
Indeed. Here they come. The Panthers in control with Mchikambizi. Throw in deep inside, and Lloyd Mtasa asking them to press high. Taruringa gaining some more ground. Leaving it for Katiba for Taruringa. The clutch. Can't believe how this team is being obliterated here. The fans singing.
These fans won't worry about what the coach is thinking about. The Kwekwe United coach. All they want is enjoying their game, and they are really enjoying their home team, giving them the smiles and having them an opportunity to sing and dance in the terraces. And you can't blame them.
And of course, it is the buzz along here in Norton that will be much happy to enjoy the sponsors' delight.
Yes. And I like the way Mwos have actually connected with the society, with the community in Norton. The Norton community has actually embraced this brand as their own. Even if you look at their games last season when they were still in Division 1, you could tell that this is a legion of fans that are rooting firmly behind their team, a homegrown team, and they're always part of the story.
Here they come now. Feremba, I'm sure you would fancy yourself a goal to stake a starting case on the lineup. Father George. Feremba. Poor touch. Not well thought. Retrieved by Kwekwe United as they look for an opening here. Apiri Abuera dancing. Tyrone Matongore to Tafaza George. Goes to the corner flag. Finds a faster run. Coming through there from Innocent Zambezi, former Caps United. Foul not given to Tyrone. Good interchange of play. They've got neat passing game. Gadzikwa wants it. Look at how he's chasing for it. He's more of their playmaker now. Here they come. Good touch. Better play from Kwekwe United. Can they find the right pass here? That has been elusive. Gadzikwa Allen spreads it wide. Murimba, Maxwell tries to beat his marker. Tafaza George. Tarubinga with the cross inside Ejin Maziba. Close shave, but better play.
Better play from Kwekwe United. I think they've shown us what they can do. If only they could make the right decisions in the right places. You see how they carried this ball from their own half. They exchanged passes, they found each other, neat, nice, firm passes to each other until they found a cross into the box, which of course was headed off target. But I think as a play, as a piece of play, I think Kwekwe United have shown us something that they can still do it. If only they could get a goal, maybe a consolation goal would be some respective scoreline.
There you have it. Here they come now. It's been a minute, Tinashe Simango, since he came on here. The stocky player reminds me of Maxwell Marino Dube back in the day. Look at how he puts on his shots. Stockiness, fitness, but not quite the height, but almost there.
Yeah, almost, yeah. And Marino could take a shot, yeah? Yeah, there's one stinging shot, you know, be it a free kick or even in open play. He was one player who could shoot from range, and these shots were very ferocious and there a lot of venom behind them.
Katibu. Tafazo George to retrieve. Looking for Everson Ferremba. It's offside. Katibu. He takes it to Karivinga. Foul. Right on Janelle. Chekanini says he's okay. He's given him a free kick. Karivinga. All supporters showing everyone who cares to see, courtesy of ZBC TV, that they are here. They're here to win it. They are not just going to add on the numbers and be bridesmaids. They want to be the main man.
One thing that is certain is Mwos won't come in and out like we have seen other teams that have been promoted into the Premier Soccer League, where they will come in and just have a dance for one season and then they are relegated back to Division 1. But definitely Mwos are in with a shout. Who would have thought that they will come in and actually win the league title? But as it is right now, they are lifting up their hand to say, guys, we are here and we are just here. We are here not just to make the numbers. We can actually go all out and win it. If they could sustain this form.
Northern Region administrators smiling, saying we are the best league in the country. I'm sure 3 of those at the apex.
Yes, and who can fold them? Look, they will tell you that we brought in Mwos, we brought in Scotland, and we brought you Zimbabwe.
There you go. Alan Gadzikwa on the ball now, looking to find an opening. They'll come now forward with Mbongeni, Mineji. They lose possession. Matongorere Tyrone. It's been good ever since he came on. Twists and turns. Comfortable on the ball, confident, dangling, good movement, and he still wants it. They're moving forward. Tafazo George. Zambezi. Oh. Now they are toying with Yuna. Chase it if you want it. Tiki-taka. They can too. Who says only FC Platinum can give us that. Samaita, Ntasa. You'll be hoping that the ghosts from the past won't haunt him. This time, he can see it through. Remember when it was stolen from him by Dynamos at the death, at the penultimate match.
And this time he's got everything. He's got the door keys in his back pocket, Lloyd Mtasa, in the league. And so far his team has done well. If you look at the way they are scoring those goals, like now they've scored their 14th goal so far in the season. And then considering, meanwhile, Kwekwe United have conceded their 25th goal this season. So the most potent team and the most generous defense are playing.
Look at the scoreline. Need you say more? Throw in on the near side. Taruvinga. Finds Massimo Rombare, given a chance to 10. Couldn't complete his pass. Matongorere. Chiron does well. Kadzikwa steps and wins possession. Kwekwe United, he's on the ball, he's everywhere. He's looking to get inside to move here. Brought a bit of urgency. There he is. Admire, Timbanyoka to Taruvinga. Pushing it forward now. As they were looking for Mbongeni Minej. Confirmation of the scoreline, hat-trick by Billy Veremo. 11th minute penalty, 26th minute beat of a strike. Icing on the cake in the 53rd to show his class. He's now resting.
Yeah, well, he's trying to draw some form of attention. Yeah, but of course, we can't deny that he's injured. But these are some of the things that you don't want in a football game. And he will definitely call for attention if needs be. And as we speak right now, Mwos are on top of the log, and they are on 25 points. And Kwekwe United still anchoring the table with a paltry 7 points out of 12 games. Yeah, it's not looking good for Kwekwe United. And similarly, Triangle United. And we can't, of course, ignore the fact that Dynamos are currently on 16th position, which is unfamiliar territory for Dynamos. And there's one fan there who is enjoying his afternoon. I don't know whether he's enjoying his game or his beverage.
High as a kite.
Well said. I couldn't have said it any better.
Francis Tizai being attended to. That is what has caused the match to be stopped. Looks to be okay. The bench, I'm sure they're asking themselves, former soccer staff here, Dennis Dowder in there as well, in dreadlocks. The fans, all ages, all sexes, in celebration. It is the Panthers who are invited, causing the party and the joy in Norton, Goni Stadium, even the dance moves from the light is in the Poacher's View.
This is one game where Kwekwe United don't want to carry into the following week, because remember, next week Kwekwe United are playing Tail 1. It's going to be a Midlands derby, and it's going to be a difficult fixture for them. Washington Navaya, I'm sure, is watching this game closely and to see how we can increase this goal tally.
Here they come. They push it back with Clive Kongari. Back to his goalkeeper, to Tiza. Back to Kongari on the left. Does well, Innocent Zambezi. He's got Smiley. Look, Innocent Zambezi go inside the 18 area, across. Oh, couldn't find Tafazo George, who had crept into the number 9 zone in the 6-yard box, waiting for the tap in. Better play from Innocent Zambezi, formerly Caps United. And now with Samaita enjoying the staircase to heaven.
Oh, very unfortunate.
Free kick.
Yeah.
Taruvinga smiles of victory.
The good thing about football is it brings everyone. You know, you can bring your loved one, you can bring your family, you can bring your friends. You know, it's a family sport and it's a game for anyone. Good pictures that we're seeing there.
Companionship.
Yes. Young man there, Andy Taruvinga, needing attention.
He says, let me limp off, get this game to go on. He's the man who has taken over from Saul Chaminilka,
who is headed up north to trouble Dynamos.
I hope he won't be pacing in circles to get dazzled himself in a daze or haze.
He needs to unlock goals, because Dynamos doesn't score goals. Tomorrow they're facing Caps United. That's a tricky fixture for Dynamos.
He'll need to find them in Damascus and become the Paul. Here comes Tyrone Matongorere. This boy, for me, this lad is really putting his hand up to be a starter. He's lighting up, he's enjoying every moment. His movement, his passing, his energy, his height, everything falling into place.
That's what we need.
Like John Carney feeling Sudoku, isn't it?
That's what you need, Valentine. When you're given an opportunity to come off the bench and you want to make your presence felt, and he's doing that very well so far. He's had a few runs that we've seen that are promising. He's threaded passes and he's found space for himself.
Speculative there from Tinashe Simango. Why not? When you're leading by 3-0, you'll fancy yourself.
Yeah, well, it might be an opportunity to practice something that you might have not done more frequent, more like a training session. And you want to do anything that you fancy, and no one will fault you. You are leading by 3-0 with 4 minutes to go.
Here they come, Kwekwe United. I'm sure they'll be saying, can we hear the referee's whistle already, so that we can regroup and find ourselves in the mining town of Kwekwe. Not so gold, but for the betters and punters, it's raining gold.
And Panthers are looking good, yeah? Next week they're going to Green Fuels away in Manicaland, and I'm sure they'll be buoyed by this result today. They'll go in there with confidence. So Mwos playing Green Fuels next week, and Tail 1 welcoming Kwekwe United in the Midwest Derby this coming Saturday.
That's with the speculative that went sky high. They hesitated, poor communication, but finally they keep it under control. Simango is enjoying himself. Remember, Simango. Valentine Gatsande pushing it forward. Feremba is looking for Simango, who couldn't read that pass. Nyabunze to recollect and pushes it back way to his goalkeeper, Tizai. Little to do all afternoon. Chikambizi, outstanding for me this afternoon. Easily my man of the match. Here comes together with Pilibrero. My goodness. Sneaky from Tafaza George as he was looking to cripple that tail on the near post. Gadzikwa. Mayan Tipayoka. Gadzikwa with the free kick. Clever. He knew what was going on. Frustration. The old Zifa, as Charles Mabika will say back in the day, are in to enjoy the last 5 minutes. They always say sometimes they get all's worth of time and money and action back in the day, especially when teams are tied.
And it's also good for the statistics. You say, I was there at the stadium. I saw the game.
Excellent.
Yeah, they do.
They break into song here, as you can see from that end of the pitch on the left side of your screen. They are dancing. There you go. Great work. They feel it. Surely they should bet this a fortress like Emakumen.
Yes, I mean, in fact, they have actually, because in terms of their home form, you know, they've played 6 games at home, winning 4 of those and drawing 2. They have not lost. Remember, they haven't lost even on the road. So Mwos doing themselves a world of good, collecting now 17 points at home. So definitely this is a fortress. You don't just come in here and do what you want. It's a slaughterhouse for Ngoni, for Metro. Ngoni Stadium is your base.
Tassa earlier on in the interview was worried about the draws at home, saying 4 points dropped with the 2 draws that they had, and they were desperately needing maximum points at home turf to kickstart this as the fortress of getting maximum points.
And remember, they played their first home game away in Ngezi, which will count as one stadium. Well, technically, it was a home game, but of course they traveled for that. But still, you can't deny them the fact that they made this place a fortress. It's a slaughterhouse.
Here comes Tyrone Matongorere, muscled out. Maxwell Marimba pushing it forward to Tarulinga on the near side, looking for somebody in goal. Yuna. Tarulinga now. Can they get a first save here? Whips in across. Just control, 10 and shoots. He had 4 of those. 90 are up. 3 minutes minimum to play.
He had no option but to try and take a speculative shot, because I could count 8 Mwos players defending that ball. So definitely he didn't have much choice to work with, because he was shut down by an effective defensive formation by Mwos.
Here they come now. Mwos looking to jam of 4 of those minimum to be played. Optional time. They push it back. They'll pass it around. Keep possession. Clive Kongari. Father George. Gaziba. Kativu. On the ball now. Surely they need to pump it forward. Jubilation. Celebration. Ecstatic are the fans here at Ngoni Stadium of the home side. They are bouncing. The place is bouncing. Offside. Oh, you can see the orbits. Man at work. Forwards. Bartizai. Everson Ferremba still searching for a goal. Crosses down well. Finds the pass to Father George. Corner kick. Good recovery run from Taruringa there. After the goalkeeper made a middle of it. Alton. Mejuari beaten thrice so far by the same man. Pull the rabbit off a hat. That is Emerson, rather Billy Veremu. Passes with it. It's a good one. Fourth one! No problem! Tafazo George says, hey, I can dance like the Beatles. Joji Poji, where are you? I'm a happy smiler. I'm Tafaza.
Tafaza George coming in with a header, a beautiful header off a cross, off a corner kick that was sent in invitingly, and of course he did justice to that, put his header, and this game has been sealed, I think, by Billy Veremu. But of course Tafaza George will say, I want to be part of the script as well, and he's coming there with the most fourth goal coming in the 90th plus 3 minutes. And well, this is delivered, sealed, signed, and delivered by Mwos.
And the place is bouncing. The fans are celebrating. They are on their purple perch in blue. No seeing the blues, not the colors they wear, but only great form. Goalkeeper, no chance. Too close for him to react. Tafazo George, short as they can, but jump tallest to nod that one home and win it. And Brighton Chimene says the damage is enough. Let me save Coca United from their misery and let the Panthers go and celebrate and enjoy this victory, which is emphatic, cementing their quest to emulate that great Black Rhino side that won the league in their first season. The story, 2 teams to tell. Scotland from Northern region. Mwos, technically from the Southern, but best in the Northern. Winning this one to maintain their hang on the local Premier Soccer League apex, as they claim a 4-0 victory, a hat-trick from their hero and man of the match, Billy Veremu, as well as, of course, the icing on the cake by Tafazo George.
Tafazo George coming with the 4th goal there, Valentine, giving Mwos another win, their 7th win this season, and putting themselves on 26 points. An unassailable 26 points for this particular weekend, because even if Scotland were to win their game today, they'll be on 25 points. So Mwos maintaining their hold at the top, and of course the troubled Kwekwe United, they still anchor the log with a paltry 7 points. But again, what we may want to talk about here is how Mwos went about their business this afternoon. It was not really a troubled performance. They had control. They played their formation. They were solid at the back. They did what Mwos do: protect their defense, protect their goal, and they found 4 goals in this game. And they've actually broken their own record. Mwos had never scored more than 2 goals per game. Today they doubled that. And this is probably not probably, but definitely their highest scoring victory this season. They've always been winning by 1 odd goal or winning by 2 goals at the very rare occasion. But today they managed to double that to 4 goals. So Mwos go out 4-0 winners and very emphatic. And their goalkeeper, Francis Tizai, may not earn his bonus this afternoon because he was not really troubled by Kwekwe United. Kwekwe United provide no threat. They were very rare occasions that they really ventured into the Mwos box, but they were not effective. Maybe the bounce on the surface was not kind to them. Mwos will claim maybe that they are familiar with the surface, they could do what they want. But either way, Kwekwe United did not bring in any threat. They are miserable travelers. They haven't won an away goal in away game so far this season, and they haven't even scored any away goal. Kwekwe United, they are on troubled waters.
And there is the final whistle. Mwos Yesakeo at a convincing 4-0 victory over Kwekwe United, maintaining their top position on the log. The Panthers have been absolute masters of the pitch today, with Billy Ferramu's brilliance leading the charge. A fantastic display of football from the home team, and a result that will give them plenty of confidence moving forward. Kwekwe United, on the other hand, will have to regroup and reassess their strategy to bounce back from their defeat. That's all. Ladies and gentlemen, let's move on to Charles CNN Mabika as they give us that is the final analysis of how they saw this one, as well as to hear from the coaches. Charles CNN Mabika, it is indeed over to you.
That's how it happened. Hey, at Ngoni Stadium once again. Mwos, the Panthers, rule the roost. 4-0. And the tail enders, the Gold Boys, Kwekwe United, once again bite the dust. And how much more can they take? We can say that they were not outclassed in terms of playing standards or whatever, but they had a few chances, especially in the first half. But Mwos were in control of the game, and eventually they ended up as victors, winning by 4-0. Well, in a couple of moments, I'll be talking to Mwos head coach. He's coming right now. Mwos head coach Benoni Mhlangeni, and I'll say Mwos. Kwekwe United, of course. Kwekwe United, the Gold Boys head coach Benoni Mhlangeni. Well, coach, tough luck, 4-0. In the first half, you had a couple of chances, but it looked like everything just fell away. What do you think went wrong?
I think when we considered that penalty, the guys, just to put it off, they went down because of that penalty. Then the fighting spirit just lowered a bit.
So coach, you still anchor the standings. It's now 12 games and you've got only 7 points. How do you lift the guys? Last week you were leading 2-0 against Chicken Inn. They came back, they blew you away 4-2, and today you've been blown away again. Yes, I know you just have to keep playing, but how do you psych up the guys to get that winning mentality?
Firstly, what I have to do as a coach is to mobilize their minds. Their mindset, as for now, is not in the correct position, because the scoreline, you can tell, it on its own can derail anyone. So we have to work on the mindsets of the players, so that they pick up themselves, because we have got experienced guys. We have seen it before.
Yes,
we have seen it before. So they also have to play a part in uplifting the others.
Yes. Well, the good news that we heard, maybe you can confirm that, is that things are now looking good financially. We believe that some more sponsors have come aboard, and can you confirm that?
Yeah, I can confirm that. I heard that, but there are other people who are very responsible for the comment, but actually there are other people who are coming aboard.
All right, okay.
Yeah, I think
all right, tough luck, coach. Let's hope that you do well in your next game. And safe trip back
Thank you
to
very much.
Kwekwe.
Thank you very much.
Right. Okay, that was Kwekwe United head coach Benoni Mtlangeni. And now I'm being joined by the head coach of Kwekwe of Mwos of the Panthers. Mwos, I was talking to Kwekwe United head coach. You know him, he's a living legend about the Tanganda and Dynamos and then the Warriors. Lloyd Samaita Mtasa. Well, Samaita, congratulations once again. You continue your stay at the top of the league. Now just tell us, how much are you under any pressure as you maintain your standing at the top?
Not much, CNN. I think we said it from the onset that the vision of the team is to survive relegation, and surviving relegation we are.
Okay. Oh, you're just looking at surviving the relegation because some of your supporters are saying you are going to emulate what Rhinos did back in 1984. Are you thinking about that, or you're not at the moment?
Not at the moment, Charles, but I think every coach and every player would want to do his best at every given time, and this is what we are trying to do, but not giving ourselves any pressure.
Okay, before I let you go, I know big party await, the supporters, for the supporters or whatever, they are doing their own party. What message can you give to the more supporters who are watching right now, not only here in Norton, but everywhere?
Before I say that, Charles, I would want to say glory be to God. For all these things to happen is because of the Almighty. Okay. And then to the Norton fans, I'm saying together we are strong. Let's keep united. Who knows? Maybe we might be another Leicester.
Another Leicester, another Rhinos. Okay, thank you so much, Samaita. All the best for your next game as well.
Thank you so much, CNN.
Okay, right. Another Leicester. You know what they did in 2015, 2016 in the English Premiership. Another Rhinos, closer to home. You know what they did back in 1984. He says you never know. We might be just that. Well, only time will tell. Only time will tell to see what will happen. Well, I'll tell you what. We've got our man of the match. The guy who scored 4 goals. He scored 3 goals, a hat-trick. I was going to credit him with the other one. Hat-trick hero, that's Billy Veremu. And yes, he's been awarded the match ball. The match ball. Right, Billy, well done. Well done. Great performance. How did you do it today?
Today it was a great match. I don't know what was going on. I just scored for fun.
You scored for fun?
Yeah.
Well, can the more supporters expect to see you scoring for fun again in the upcoming games?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, they have to expect that. If they keep on coming and pushing us each and every game, home game, now we will do better. They have to expect that we will score more goals.
Okay, you score more goals.
Yes.
Are you aiming for anything? I know now you are on 7, correct?
Yeah, yes.
7 goals.
Yes.
What are you aiming for? What's the figure that maybe you can think?
I can't say the figure, but I'm just going to score more goals.
You're going to score more goals.
Yes, I'm aiming for that record. You know that record.
I'm
coming for the record.
Oh, yes. Which record? No. You know the record that you're talking about? Which record? Moses Chunga's 146. That was after independence. Well, I'll tell you, before independence in 1970, it was a man called Peter Nyama. He scored 62 goals. Is that the one you're aiming for?
Not that one.
Which one? 22 goals, exactly. Norman Maroto in 2010.
Exactly,
all right.
That
He's aiming for Norman Maroto's 22 goals scored in 2010. Well, let's hope that, Billy, you can do that. Yes, and all the best for your next game.
Okay, thank you.
And you keep that match ball.
Yeah, this one I'm going with it home.
All right, you're going with it home.
Yes.
Okay, right. So, hat-trick hero, our man of the match, Billy Veremu. He scored 3 goals, and you had him. No, not going for Peter Nyama's 62 goals in 1970. No, not going for Moses Chunga's 46 goals in 1986. Going for Norman Maroto's, the late Norman Maroto's Lumumba, 22 goals in 2010. Well, That's the way the cookie crumbled today at Ngoni Stadium. Well, it was an exciting match, but I still am thinking about being kept outside there for 41 minutes. But anyway, that's what happens. So, thank you so much for joining us. Tomorrow we are at Rufaro Stadium, Kumbiles, for the Harare Derby between Dynamos and Caps United. Do enjoy the rest of your viewing here on ZBC TV from everybody from the sports crew, headed by our producers Tinashe Manyoni, Bevan Shinurai, and Stuart Shoriwa. We say, remember to take care of your loved ones and each other. I'm Charles, CNN Mabika. Until we meet again, we will leave you watching the highlights, but it's bye-bye for now.